Hi everyone! Welcome to the Too Many Cards video series with Emily Leapart and guest, that's me! Our sponsor this month is Heffy Doodle, and we're using the Raise the Roof Stencil, Super Dudes Clear Stamps and Dies, Super Heffy Cuts, and the Cityscape Stencil. Heffy Doodle is generously offering a $25 gift certificate, so be sure to comment on my video and Emily's video for your chance to win. So let me just start out by saying this is real life crafting, people. There are mistakes. There's everything. Can you see I stamped the first little super guy off of the paper? Yep, sure did. Doesn't matter. I colored him anyway. I'll end up using him, but not on this project. After I stamped all my images, I started coloring. I love to use the Zig Clean Color Real Brush markers. I start out by spritzing some water onto my craft mat. I use a water brush with these markers, but it's an empty water brush. It's not filled up. I dip it in the spritzed water, wipe it off on my paper towel right there, and then spread the color around if I have to. But I don't always use the water brush, as you can see. I usually start by using my darkest color for Zig, then I go in with the lighter color, and if I have a lot of space, I'll use my damp, not wet, damp water brush to pull out the color, and then I go back in once it dries a little bit with the darkest color. Not always, but sometimes it needs a little bit more darkness in the shadows, and that's when I will add the dark color again. I think my most used marker is that mustard color. I use it for skin, I use it for yellows, I use it for browns, pretty much anything. I never would have thought that I would use that color more than any other marker, but here we go. That's my life now. I also used a dark brown to shade for the red cape. I think it adds a lot of contrast, and the reds in the Zig collection aren't very red. Once you add water, they turn a little pinky, which can be cool, but sometimes you want a red, and that's when I use the dark brown. My first thought for one of these cards, I was going to go a different direction, which is why I stamped the yellow cape guy so many times. I ended up only using one version of the little guy in a yellow cape, but I saved the other ones because I love them and they're so cute. You can't forget to color the clouds, but I go really, really simple. I just use a little bit of light gray in this case because I knew I was going to have a bright, bold background of color for the clouds. Otherwise, I would do like a teal or something. So I just did some light grays and blended it out to almost no color with my water brush. Alright guys, these backgrounds. I started with one of my favorite color combos for like a sunset-y, sunrise-y sky. I used dried marigold, picked raspberry, and seedless preserves regular distress inks. Start off with, a light blend of each color, and I go back and forth over all the colors, going a little bit deeper into each area with the neighboring colors till it gets a smooth blend. I don't know, I didn't really count, but I probably go over these, 3, 4, 5 times. The more times you layer your distress inks and go over the ink blending, the more vibrant the color is, and I really like a vibrant background, so I always go over my ink blending many, many times. So here I used the stencil with some translucent embossing paste. Before it dries, I'm going to sprinkle on some clear glitter embossing paste and let that dry. Once the embossing paste is all dry, then I'm going to heat set it with my heat gun, and it adds a really nice glittery, fun shine. And the glitter's not going anywhere, people, because as you can see, as I was trying to put my glitter away, no bueno. I got glitter everywhere, and it is still everywhere because we all know you can't get rid of it in glitter. But once you heat set it with the translucent embossing paste, it's not going anywhere. So it turns out pretty good in the end. My second card might be my favorite, but let me tell you, creating that background, it took some real brain skills of mine. I tried a whole bunch of ways, and as you can see, I may or may not have cut the stencil. Okay, I did cut the stencil, but watch the video, you'll see that it works out, and this way works better for me as the stencil. I'll get way more use out of it this way. I used the windows with some mustard seed distress ink, heat set that with clear embossing paste, lined up the outline of the buildings with the windows that I had already ink blended and heat set, distress inked with vintage photo and fossilized amber distress inks, heat set that in clear, and then I was free to do whatever I wanted on the background, which was awesome because I could just wipe off whatever color got on the clear embossing paste without ruining the city area. For this card, I definitely used my favorite color combination of peacock feathers, blueprint sketch, and wilted violet distress inks. I did some ink blending. I did not make it as saturated as the first card because I'm putting this stencil back on top to create rays coming up from the city. I'm using the same colors in the same areas of the background and making that area darker so that the part that's covered with a stencil right now will look like it's, there you go, shooting up from the city. Then I sprinkled some water on top because I do that. I can't help myself. I can't stop. Next, I die cut out my images. I love them. They're so cute. I just want to play with them. I arranged them on the card like he's flying through the sky to go help someone. Stamped the image in Versa Mark embossing ink pad. Heat embossed it in white and then cut it out in a strip. And then I'm going to attach it to my card once these clouds go back where I want them. They're never in the same order when I first had them. First card, back to the first card. I die cut out the super pretty My Hero script with some black cardstock. Attached it with glue to the background. I love the blues with the purple. You can kind of see the embossing paste on the city here and the little superhero flying to save someone. And then the glitter on this card just is a huge factor, and it's, like I said, it's not going anywhere. I love the pink to the purple to pink to orange. It's just such a pretty background. I couldn't love these super guys anymore. Seriously, guys, they're so adorable. I wish I could hug them. Thanks so much, Emily, for asking me to guest with you this month. Such a blast. You can check out more description in the box below, and I will see you next time. Bye!